Good weekend, all. Ira Epstein of Linn & Associates with your Saturday night special. Now, I'm saying Saturday night special because it's Saturday night, about 6:20 p.m. on June 27th. I had hurt my leg on Thursday, actually my foot, and I couldn't even stand yesterday. I'm better today. They say it'll get better over the next week, but I hit just the wrong spot, and I've really hurt myself. What can I tell you? You can't go to the office, you do things, and you get yourself hurt. So where are we? Well, this is a week where COVID-19 is going to be front and prominent. You know, we're watching California cases hit records, Texas, Arizona, Florida. Florida's shutting its beaches down for July 4th. Bars have been shut down in parts of Florida. In fact, maybe the whole state. I'm not even sure. I know that they're shutting bars down in Texas again. We're watching Arizona. They're going to have to do something. Washington State pulling back on certain reopening areas now. So the COVID case is taking off again. It's people taking advantage, I hate to say it, of the idea that it's come and gone, and it's okay to be out without your masks. And yeah, social distancing is great by day, but when I go into a bar or a social event or whatever I'm going to do, nah, you know, I'm there. It'll be okay. It's not going to get me, and you're fine. But maybe the younger people get it and pass it on. Maybe it's testing. Let's just not blame all them. Testing is more prevalent now. It's easier. They're even going to do what they call riot tests, something new, where they go in and they'll do 25 people at a time. If nobody gets it, they move on, and they take one sample. And as long as the sample comes out clean, they're assuming all 25 of those people are fine. They're going to find ways to get more and more testing goes. And by the way, they have a record of those 25, then they'd call them all back in and they'd find out who has it. Nothing wrong with that. The idea is get more of it done. Let's get beyond this and figure out what we've got. The bad news, and there is bad news, there's no treatment really other than for those severely sick, and we hope we can keep them alive with some of the new statins that they have, steroids actually. And as for other treatment, no. A vaccine, no. I'm hoping, we all hope we have it by year end, but this is only June. That's a long way down the road. Now in XLK, the market went up for a new high, stalled, and closed lower. But there's nothing bearish on that weekly bar chart. When we take a look at the chart, you'd have to take out 97.28 to say that since the March low, we finally hit a pause area. That's how it works. At that point, you'd have a higher high, lower low. Until it happens, what are you in? You're in bullishness, just like the QQQ. These are the strongest parts of the U.S. economy, the tech stocks. And as you can see, the 18-week moving average of closes, it's well down from here. It's almost $14 lower. So it's roughly about I don't know, what is that, about a 13%, 14% decline. It would take a little greater than that to hit that. But 97.28 would be your scary point. That would tell you something has changed in the market since March. Let's assume it goes up. A Bollinger Band is an algorithm. An algorithm has two bands, the top one and the bottom. I show them always in dark black on these. The idea is the market will trade within them 95% of the time. I say the first time you hit a band, you take money off the table, be it to the upside or downside. It's one of the things I teach. It has nothing to do about catching a top or bottom. Go back and look. More times than not, you'll hit it and you'll turn back from it. You'll hit it, you'll turn back. That doesn't mean you have to take off all your position, but certainly move everything with a tight stop, very tight stop, because the odds don't favor it staying over the band. Now, how deep of a break you get when you eventually break, I don't know. But if you came out down here, what'd you miss? This little bit, so what? You took the lion's share of the market out. If you get up there, that's what I think the pros are going to do. So I think from here to 107.72, you got to, holding on for that is another 6. But if you get under this number, falling back from where you're at right now there, I don't like the odds. That's all I'm saying. The trend is up, though. Momentum, locked in bullish. And momentum on a weekly chart doesn't typically get overbought, oversold. It points up, it points down, or neutral. This one's still up as far as I'm concerned. So the trend up, the bias up, momentum up. 107.72 still a target. You take out 97.28, time to wash your hands and take another look. XLI, the market's done what? Well, we have a pattern of a lower low and a higher high. We also saw that on the first challenges of the 200 week average of closes and the 100, the market got to them, cleared them, but couldn't stay over them. Resistance. Okay. We saw when they first came down here, they paused too. So a known resistance point, the next support, the 18-week average, 64.35. But to me, more important, it's not trending. Not on the weekly basis. Why get involved then on a weekly basis? XLE, the energy sector, is still bullish. Now, the support's the 18-week average of closes. The pattern is still higher lows, higher highs. Momentum might turn down when we reopen on Monday night. Futures reopen Sunday. These will reopen Monday morning. And if they do, then I probably want to hold back from doing anything bold right away. You need to see this market try to tell you what it's going to do. If it takes out 34.30, you've lost the uptrend. You will not have begun a downtrend in this pattern. The worst you have is a lower low if you get under it with a higher high. QQQ, like XLK, these are the powerhouse stocks. We know that. We know that it's been the dream come true for the Amazons, for the gaming stocks, for Zoom. I can go on and on. I don't want to. But it's the dream come true. A pandemic kept people at home. They realized how bad they need those, and they use them, and they all took off. And you've had the pattern of higher lows, higher highs. Now, what's interesting is during this whole period, you haven't been able to get up to the upper Bollinger Band. Normally, bull markets don't have a problem doing that. So we'll see if it can get there. Any move under 231.47 tells me we're going into a stall. In the EFA, the emerging markets, on the weekly charts, they're friendly, not on the daily charts. You have the pattern, if it is friendly, of higher lows. Now, let me tell you where I always have a problem. Do you see this week? That was an outside week down. When you cross the high of an outside week down within the week after or the week after that, only 2 weeks after, then I look for the market to go to the closest moving average, which it certainly did. It even extended that. But now if the market gets under 59.13, I could end up with a pattern of lower highs, lower lows. And if you closed under 56.93, that would be the first support zone. Watch out below. You could go a lot lower. But the fact that I don't know if this is really pointing up, because this was a lower low than that. Whenever I see that, I personally walk away. I don't use that pattern. GLD has the same pattern. It had the lower low. See that? Then it came back. So which pattern do you use? Well, momentum's up and bias is up, but I cannot say that it's got the swing line up. If the market keeps going, 171.95. If it breaks 159.47, look for 157.53. Gold got a very good close on the futures on Friday. The last trades of the day, even though it closed at the 1780 level, were closer to 1784. In GDX, the market, like the others, this is that ugly outside week down and lower and low. So you've got the lower low, higher high. No trend. Momentum drifting is the way that I'd call it. TLT is bullish at this point unless it takes out 158.70. It had a correction. It's now got the higher highs, higher lows. Momentum is flat, but bias is up if the market wants to run. 173.25. Wow, would that mean a 0.5 on the 10-year notes and under? I don't know. FXE. Now this is the euro. And in the euro, a lot of traders think the euro is going to gain on the dollar this year. Ultimately, that's what I think is going to happen too when we get to the point that Europe can agree on a fiscal stimulus package. Right now, they haven't. We know what the European Central Bank has done, but so far the European Union has not done that. If the market drops through 105.42, then I look for a challenge back to 104.10. That's the key to the market. If it can clear the 100-week average of 106.66, then I look for 107.59. You know, I discussed this and much more in detail, and I did do this for my subscribers, at about 3:30, 4 o'clock, typically Monday through Thursday. Sometimes Friday, I'll do it later. Let's face it, I've got the weekend right ahead of me, so I'm able to do that for it. I did not intend on today's video to come out this late. I just got physically, I hurt myself. But I give you trade ideas each afternoon. Now I'm going to give you the reports that are going to come out typically on the next morning. I say here 27 charts. We just haven't revised this particular ad. I'm up to 35. I know I'm adding BETZ, which will be 36. So there's 4 more that I'll end up adding for you. And I cover all the main sectors for you. So what I do there, I'm going to give you a touch of fundamentals, a lot of technical analysis. Specific, I want you to buy here. I want you to sell there. This is what I think the pros might be doing as well. These are the different areas I'm going to cover. And other than spiders, all of these other areas here rely on futures markets. So if you really combine the package of this and my morning futures, you really get a full package. But you got to start somewhere. Why not start here if you're a spider ETF trader? First 30 days, $8.95. No contract. You're committing to nothing. Just go to our website under the word research. Take a look at the spider ETF video. And you go like that. I'm Ira. Sorry for the Saturday night special, but I physically couldn't stand. I'd rather do it than not do it. You have a good one.